Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the greatest, most fantastic, the greatest podcast of all time. Better than Mom's Basement, better than Joe Rogan Experience, and better than whatever your fucking shit uncles make in the back of the room. But I'm your host Isaiah on episode 35 of the BINPodcast. How are you guys doing today? MG, be Christian, with my two beautiful co-hosts. No homo. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. It's been a long day because I had to hear a shit rap.
Yeah, it has been a long day.
Yeah. If we sound tired, yeah, we had to wait 2 hours. All right, 2 hours just to get a rap that wasn't good. If you're watching this and you are the one who gave us that, you know who you are,
You
and
know
don't go
who
in the
you
comment
are,
section
and you
crying either.
fucking
You know
bum.
exactly who you are.
Hey, I have a fun game for the comment section. If you can guess who it is, we'll give you a shout out on next week's episode.
Yeah, if you act no, swear. If you guess who it is, you will get a shout out in the next episode. If you can guess who gave the bad rap,
I'm telling you,
you
the
Shout
will.
shout
out.
out's probably gonna get it.
I will
Disclaimer.
seriously
Shout out.
give them a shout out. All right, but
Okay.
let's get into it.
Hold. Shoutouts do not include shadow of channel, Instagram, Facebook, or any of those social media blades. It will only include your name. That's all.
Let's just like say shout out to whatever your YouTube name is in the comment section.
Yeah.
I'm just
But
kidding, but you want to get into this? This is Mock Draft 2.0. We're gonna be doing this one more time after this with some guests for the next episode. You will see, but with our guests, so by then we'll hopefully have our full loaded. This is the second one. So like the first one was dog shit. So this one should be not dog shit, but dog shit. You know what I'm saying? And like be Christian, you
yep.
got a complete F in my opinion last
I
draft.
just want to
But
say, pick 3 is magnificent.
Oh, pick three. I got a shocker.
I do too.
and for pick three, I think you guys know who I'm gonna go with. But for right now, we're
Uh-huh.
gonna go again, just like last one. So again, go by each order. So again, I'll go first, MG, and then be Christian, and then we'll all choose our number one, and then number two, and number three, and then we'll keep on going. So with my first overall pick, again, no question, I don't even need to be on this. Trevor Lawrence is going number 1, 2, the Jaguars. MG.
The Jaguars. I mean, uh, number one pick, Trevor Lawrence, right, guys? We should all have this. I'll
For
agree.
the number 1 overall pick, I have Mac. No, I'm joking. It's Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For the
Nah,
first time, you're not a retard.
All right.
Thank you.
How about
All
Isaiah?
right,
What
so
do
we
you
all.
have for pick number 2?
For pick
Mhm.
number 2, I have Zachary the Mormon Wilson going at pick number 2. I think again, it seems like we could see a Justin Fields at number 2, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Jets know what they're going to get with Zach Wilson, and I hope Zach Wilson survives over there with Saleh as a good coach, defensive minded coach. He's going to be great over there with that. I forget what their offense coordinator is, but defensively, I think they're going to be good.
Their
They're
offensive coordinator is Michael LaFleur.
Michael McFlurry. Oh yeah, that's right. Our offensive coordinator from San Francisco go win over there, but that's all right. So well, there it is. We got Mac Jones over. I mean, not Mac Jones. We got Zach Wilson at number 2. I mean, again, I don't think that should be no question, no harm, no foul for that one.
Yeah.
MG, who you got
I,
today?
I, I mean, I also got Mr. uh Zach Wilson. I think the first two picks are guarantee at this point. I think we can all agree on that,
Unanimous
right?
decision.
Yeah, I also have Zach Wilson going here.
Yeah. We can
All
all agree on
right.
that one.
Now
All right.
this
So
is
with the
where it
number.
gets interesting.
And
Yes, it does.
in my opinion, I think this is where the draft really begins because we don't know what the San Francisco 49ers are going to get. And honestly, uh, the way the Niners are going so far, the way it seems that we're going to keep Jimmy G for 1 year, he could be a
Yup.
mentor to one of these young lads, right? Right?
Yup. Yup.
Jimmy G, he's an okay quarterback.
Yup.
He could do it sometimes when needed. And that's why I really believe Trey Lance is going to become the number 3 pick, just for the fact that all it takes is Trey Lance to sit 1 year, and he could probably be a top 5 quarterback in this league. I really believe him. Not look at the past. I mean, I know he only played one game, but that's due to COVID. I still think this kid is going to be one of the best in this draft, if not the best. But we'll have to see again on his second pro day. Hopefully, he shows up way better than he did last time. I'm not saying his first pro day was bad. I just want to see him do way better. I want to see him wow the crowd. With like that Justin Fields second pro day, it wowed me. I really like that. And you're probably saying, well, Isaiah, your coach was giggling and laughing with what could possibly be your future quarterback. That doesn't really matter. And I really think if we don't trade Jimmy, that's the guy who we're gonna pick. And if we do trade Jimmy before or after the trade, Mr. Justin Fields or Mac Jones is going to be the future 49er quarterback. But again, I will never pick Mac Jones. And for number 3, I got the man coming out of North Dakota State University, and I got Trey Lance coming at number 3.
This is such a bad pick that I agree with you. I actually was surprised. Thought I was gonna be the only one who had Trey Lance going number 3, because of all the reasons you just said. He is a guy who he might not be a day one starter because he hasn't played in the year, but if he sits behind a okay quarterback like Jimmy G, gets to learn the system for a year on the bench with Shanahan, year 2 he could be a monster. He can be a beast. And now I'm not gonna just throw out Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith. No, because Patrick Mahomes is a damn great quarterback and he might be the best in the league. But what I'm saying is that if you give Trey Lance a year to learn the system, work in Shanahan's system, keep improving in practice, the game is going to be easier for him year 2. And I think Shanahan might think about this because you got Jimmy G for at least another year. Even if you guys draft Justin Fields, you still might have Jimmy G. Why not draft the quarterback with the higher upside and Trey Lance, who can be a great, great quarterback in year number 2?
And also with that, you also got to realize Shanahan's offensive playbook for quarterbacks is one of the hardest playbooks to really
Yep.
understand and to process. And for a quarterback like this, at this level of talent, not throwing a single interception in college, it's just a match made in heaven, in my opinion. And honestly, I'm even with this pick, after this pick, I want to see how he does in his second pro day. And if he does really good, I know don't ever judge a player by his pro day, but if he does really good, I might start hopping on the Trey Lance to SF bandwagon
Okay.
because I really like this kid, and I think he could be better than any of these quarterbacks coming out of the draft. Yes, I really believe that, but he's just gonna have to fall into the right system, and I think the right system is here in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. I think
Yep.
I think for Trey Lance it will be, but for me, I'm gonna be the oddball out. I have the San Francisco 49ers going Mac Jones.
All right, bro, I'm killing you. That's it. No, no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, but like you, like a lot of teams are and like NFL GMs are and coaches are like regarding like Jones. I've been seen as the second best quarterback in this draft.
Who?
Mac Jones.
No, I never seen. No, I think you're
And
speaking out of your ears because
he
there
told
has
me
not
that,
been
I
a single
believe.
there has not been a single GM I have seen say that Mac Jones is one of the best quarterbacks out of this draft.
Well, here's the thing. It's rumored that GMs around the
Rumor.
league like Mac Jones because really, any of these GMs are saying anything. So any report of GMs actually saying something is just a
It's
rumor.
not true.
And
It's not true.
I think it's a rumor that GMs like Mac Jones, but also there is a reason why Mac Jones is high in the draft board, though. I do think some GMs do like him.
Yeah, I think so
And this
too. And any of these
go ahead.
quarterbacks, to be honest, is would fit Shanahan's system.
Let me timestamp this. What's the minutes on this, B. Christian? Don't end it. I just need to know the minutes on this.
8 minutes and 59 seconds.
All right. So I have something to clip later. All right. Go ahead. So explain your reasoning.
Well, the rumors of it, the rumors of NFL GMs and stuff, and if those rumors are true and stuff, I could see the Niners taking him. Like, should they? No. Will they? Who knows? This is the NFL draft, and crazier stuff has happened in the top 5 picks. And this is only a mock, but odds are will be wrong. Probably. I hope I'm not. Nope. I want to be right.
Okay. Well, after hearing that abomination of a pick, before I hold my anger out and absolutely kill, I wish we could do trades, But
Same.
I'm gonna just keep it easy and don't want to sound like a no life. So with pick number 4, you know, the obvious pick is quarterback, tight end. But you know, it's really hard to pick right here with the Falcons because you don't know what they're gonna pick now. With all these rumors coming out that they don't need a quarterback, they don't want a quarterback, they want to stick with their guy, right? And that's why I have Kyle Pitts still going at number 4. I mean, honestly, Kyle Pitts at number 4. You build up that offense, you make it stronger, just for Matt Ryan to get a little, just to get Matt Ryan's, so it doesn't make Matt Ryan look like he's downgrading more as he's getting older, right? You want to give him more weapons, more things, so he could just have less pressure on him, you know. And I think Kyle Pitts is going to be, if not the best wide receiver, it's wide receiver slash tight end to come out of this draft.
Yeah. All right. And you?
100%, man. Um, but I don't agree with you right here. I have the Falcons taking Justin Fields, and the reason why is that they've seen the Niners didn't do it. They're like, hold up, wait a second. We can take Justin Fields, who has tremendous athletic ability, who has a good arm to get the ball down the field. They say, oh wait, I know they said they want to roll with Matt Ryan this season. But you got to start thinking for the future eventually, because honestly, bro, it's only 2 quarterbacks who I think next year's draft who I think is going to be even good. So maybe 3. So I think they have to say, ooh, while I have a good quarterback right here now, I might not have a good quarterback next year's class. And I think they're going to take Justin Fields. And they saw that the Niners didn't do it. They're like, okay, well, let's just take him. Let's take him while we have him right here, right now.
That's
Oh,
Let's
okay.
not wait for the future.
Then I have a question. Why wouldn't they go Trey Lance? They're in the same situation as the 49ers. They have an okay. No, they have a
Well, I
better
have the
quarterback.
Niners going Trey Lance,
Oh,
but that could go
yeah,
either
my bad.
way.
That's right. So, wait, I know. You said Mac Jones or Justin Fields? I'm sorry.
No, B. Cruz said Mac Jones. I said Trey Lance
No,
for you
no.
guys.
Who do you have the Falcons going? My bad. I
Falcons,
thought you said
Justin Fields.
okay. My bad.
Fields.
I thought you said Mac Jones. Never mind.
No. I said Justin Fields because I think that he's the best quarterback. And like I said, I think next year's draft class for quarterbacks isn't that good. So I think they get one right here, right now, and then wait for Matt Ryan to be done and then start Justin Fields.
I also have them going a quarterback as well. This one I was debating between Justin Fields and Trey Lance, but I have him. I'm going with MG, and I have him going Justin Fields here.
Okay.
Okay.
Basically, MG's right about next year's class. It's going to be awful. And 2.2 about what Isaiah said, how they said they're not going to go quarterback and stuff, but like teams say that all the time about a position, and they'll go with that position they said they won't get.
Like the Niners, they said they weren't going to go. They were going to go with the wide receiver last year with the first pick. Then they traded back and they went with a defensive tackle, and then we traded up and we got a wide receiver.
When the
Like
Cardinals
Green
drafted
Bay
Kyler
last
Murray, they
year
said
said we
before the
won't.
draft that they might not get Kyler Murray.
Like the Packers
So,
saying they won't draft a QB, and what do we do? Draft Jordan Love.
oh yeah, I agree. I like that take because a lot of teams do say that. Oh, we're not going to draft a quarterback. We're going to stick with our guy, but they still do it.
That
I
was
just want to
funny.
point this out. This is one of my smart takes I will say on this podcast.
All right. So with the number 5th pick, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, and I I don't think this is a question. It's gonna happen. They're not gonna go offensive line. Jamar Chase is gonna be a Bengal. The hype around this, the Bengals are not gonna do anything about helping out Burrow. They're just gonna want to give him wide receivers. Not that they're not helping them with that, but they're not getting them the help to get to them wide receivers. But I think Jamar Chase is gonna go to number 5 right here, the Bengals.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that.
MG.
Mm, 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 mm. So you said Jamar Chase. Okay.
Joe
I have the
Burrow's boy.
Bengals being a little bit more protective here. I think they go with Penei Sewell. I thought about it from last week's mock draft to this week, and I think that they know Jim Burrow is the face of the franchise. They know that they can possibly trade their second round pick into the first round again, kind of like how the Niners did last season when they got back into the first round draft to Ayuk. I think the Bengals will do that, but obviously we're not doing trades. But I do have them protecting Burrow, whether they trade back in the first round or not, because I think you can't risk it anymore with your franchise quarterback. They know that they don't want an Andrew Luck situation. They don't want a Carson Wentz situation where you're not good after you get injuries. So I think that they're gonna learn from others' mistakes of not getting your offensive line help, and they are gonna get Penei Sewell.
Okay, I agree with you, MG. I do. I think they're. I have the same pick for um the Bengals like I did last week with Penny Swool.
Penny School.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, you guys both agree that they're gonna go with Penny School. I say they're gonna go Jamar Chase. All right. So with the
Yep.
number 6 overall pick, the Miami Dolphins, the Kings of Finesse. They're going to go wide receiver here, and I think Jalen Waddles is going to go off the board here at pick number 6. Jalen Waddles, again, you just want to make Tua look fucking godly. Give him these wide receivers. You have another pick. You can pick offensive lineman or defense on that next pick. And I really think with a great wide receiver like that, again, Devontae Parker, put him next to him. That's going to be a great veteran player like that. This is going to be a good team next year if they get this man right here. MG?
Okay. So you got them going receiver. I got them going tight end slash receiver. Kyle Pitts. I said this last week. I'll say it again. The best tight end prospect I've ever seen with my two eyes. I've never seen a tight end better coming out of college. When's the last time you guys see a tight end go in the top 6?
No, I
Have you
think
guys even seen it since you've been alive?
No.
I don't think we have.
Like, Kyle Pitts is so good, and the fact that I had him falling here to Miami, to some people might be disrespectful. And that's how good he is. And I think Miami, they're
They're
gonna
gonna
get
hate
Tua
you.
some
They're gonna hate
I
you.
Miami's
find
gonna
it.
get Tua some help. They're
I
gonna
find
get
it
him some help
disrespectful.
and some weapons. I know they have Micah Gesicki, but when you got a talent like Kyle Pitts, it doesn't matter. You draft
Always
him if
go.
he
You
falls to
go
you.
with teams like this. You always pick what's best available.
Yep, best available. When you got a young quarterback and a good defense, you pick the best available player, bro. That's what
Hmm.
you have to do when you're Kyle Pitts. And if you got Kyle Pitts right there in Miami, you got to get him. You got to get that guy for Tua. Tua is gonna be so much better with Kyle Pitts in his offense, bro. I'm telling you guys, if they get Kyle Pitts, that offense is gonna be nasty.
Oh, Kyle Pitts. People are not gonna like where I have Kyle Pitts now. Yikes.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. All right. What do you have? Be
Well,
person at
right
number
here,
6.
I was debating between Kyle Pitts and someone else. And I ultimately went the other person, and that person is Jamar Chase.
Okay. So we
Because,
could all
yes,
agree
Kyle
that
Pitts can play wideout, but they don't need a tight end as much as they need a wideout, too. Because, yes, Kyle Pitts can play wideout, but he's not Jamar Chase fast. Jamar Chase
Okay.
was Burrow's was in my opinion the biggest part of that was one of the biggest part of that championship run they had back in 1920.
1920. What the
Like the
fuck? Joe
19
Burrow's a hundred. Joe
No,
Burrow's
no, no,
almost a
no,
hundred.
the 2019-2020 season. That one.
Okay.
And
Yep.
put him next to Devonta Smith, Mike Gesicki, Tua. That's going to be a deadly
Devontae
With
Parker.
combo.
Devontae
Devontae
Smith.
Parker.
Devontae
Devontae
Parker, my
Parker.
bad. I'm getting my Devontae's mixed up. There's so
Damn
many
it,
in the
boy.
league.
All right. So we could all agree that we're going with a wide receiver
Weapons.
threat, a wide receiver weapon threat.
Yep, we're going weapons right here.
All right. So with for the poor lad that has to go to this pick at number 7, for the poor man, can we get a prayer in the chat for the poor man that I'm about to choose to go
Yeah,
to Detroit?
this man's career could be wasted right here. So just make sure you guys send
And
prayers up to his career.
I don't know what the record is for how many single play the same position goes in a row. I have Devontae Smith going to Detroit. Again, you
Mm.
got Jared Goff there. Why not just help Jared Goff a little bit, not make him just have to carry the load when you know he can't do shit because he has retarded fingers. Just give him some weapons. There you go. Devontae Smith is a Heisman winner. Right, yeah, he's the Heisman winner. He's great. And I have 2 Alabama wide receivers going back to back, and I have three wide receivers going back to back to back.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I also have him getting a weapon, and he's the best available player right here, and that's Jamar Chase, and this is no doubt. I have my first actual full wide receiver going at the
Okay.
seventh overall pick, which might be surprising, but I agree with everything you said. Jared Goff cannot carry the load. You get him weapons at all costs. When you got a talent like Jamar Chase just sitting there with a quarterback like Jared Goff, you have to take him. You can't let him sit any longer. Jamar
Look at
Chase, hopefully your career doesn't get wasted like Calvin Johnson, but this is where I think he's going as of right now.
and look at him when Jared Goff would win the Super Bowl. If he has weapons,
Yep.
he could succeed. He's a good quarterback.
Robert
He's
Woods,
yeah,
Cooper Cup,
Cooper Cup
Brandon
and
Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. Yeah.
Brandon Cooks. Yep.
Good
Like
Brandon
Jared
Cooks.
Goff can be a good quarterback with weapons, but let's see if the Lions get him weapons.
Yeah.
I
Let's see. All right.
have last week I had the Detroit Lions going offensive lineman.
Same.
I changed my mind, and I'm gonna have them draft the next Megatron type player. I'm not saying I'm
Ooh.
comparing to him. I'm comparing what his career will be like. He'll have a decent
Okay.
career and he'll retire at the age of 32, and that is Devonta Smith.
Okay. So we both agree.
We all agree. A weapon.
They need to get off a weapon.
All right. So we
Mm-hmm.
all agree that they're going to go with a wide receiver to help out
Yep.
Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain why, Christian?
Uh, MG basically covered what I was gonna say. Goff needs the weapons, and they don't even have Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones Jr. They're starting wide out Geronimo Allison, or that I know of.
All right.
Yeah.
Danny
So we could all
Amendola, is
agree.
he still on there?
All
Who?
right.
Danny Amendola.
So oh no,
Danny
Damian Lillard
Amendola.
is not there. I think he retired like 30 years
I,
ago.
Danny Amendola. I don't know where he is.
Yeah. All right. So with the number eight pick, we got the the Carolina Panthers. Last week, I
Mm-hmm.
had them going Rashawn Slater, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep that the same way. I really think they need an offensive line. Why not help out Sam Darnold? Even though I really don't think Sam Darnold's gonna be shit. I think he already proved that he ain't gonna do shit. And I have them going with Penny Sewell, dropping at number 8. You might say, Isaiah, what the fuck's wrong with you, you fucking retard, big fucking stupid big brain? But I think Penny Sewell's gonna be a good here pick in over here in Carolina. So I have him going here.
Whoa, that's wow. Like I didn't even know you. I forgot that you didn't have Penny Sewell go already. I have offensive lineman too, but since I had Penny Sewell going, I'm going to go with Rashawn Slater. Rashawn Slater is the second best offensive lineman in the class. And if Sam Darnold's your quarterback, just to make sure he doesn't see ghosts, you need the Ghostbusters. That's what the Carolinas should name their offensive line the Ghostbusters now.
Yes.
That's Sam Darnold's their quarterback, and you need a guy who's going to be a Ghostbuster for Sam Darnold, and that he's going to protect and he's gonna make sure Sam Darnold has a clean pocket.
Yeah, I agree. I also have the Panthers going Rashard Slater because Sam Darnold can't go toe to toes with any team because he went toe to toe with Aaron Rodgers. I know that game. I remember watching, stressing out about. How the fuck did we almost lose to the Jets? But yeah, Darnold needs that protection. He has the weapons. I don't think this right here is another spot I could see Kyle Pitts going, but they don't need it. They need protection more, in my opinion, and that's why I have them going protection.
I agree. I think they need protection over weapons because they got DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, who Robbie Anderson had a good season last year. DJ Moore, he's a really good wide receiver as well that no one talks about.
And
I like
Sam,
that pick.
yeah, and Sam Darnold has that connection with Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So with the number 9 overall pick, you're probably gonna call me stupid and probably say he could fall down all the way over here, depending if the Niners do draft Trey Lance. Justin Fields is gonna go to the Denver Broncos. I think here with Denver would be a great pickup right here for Denver. Getting a guy like Justin Fields right here, you could trade Drew Lock and get some picks out of it. I think right here they all they need is a quarterback and they can compete with Patrick Mahomes for that first place seed in the West.
They have a
Yo, you want to know something?
what?
All right. like 3 months ago, I was playing Madden and I was rebuilding the Broncos and I drafted them Justin Fields. But too bad I had Justin Fields already going, so I couldn't do that. But I actually did that in the Madden league, so that's funny you say that, Isaiah. Um, but Justin Fields, he already went for me. I'm gonna go with Patrick Surtain. I said last week that Vic Fangio's their head coach, and they're gonna stack up with defense. They're gonna build that secondary with Kyle Fuller. I think they get Patrick Surtain. They got Justin Simmons, who's one of the breakout safeties of last season. I think that they're gonna build on that defense because what do the Broncos always do? Defense. When they won the Super Bowl, it was all about that defense, man. It was that. It's just that's just how they. That's just how the Broncos are, man. That's how they've been. That's how John Elway has been, and they just defense first and then draft the quarterback. That's how they've always been, and I don't think the Broncos changed that. I think they go defense first and then they draft the quarterback. So I have them going Patrick Surtain right here.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I can see them doing that. Yes, I had them doing that last week, but I was thinking more and more and more about this Broncos pick. Yes, Vic Fangio is the head coach, and yes, they got Kyle Fuller. I don't think they'll go defense in the first round. I think they'll go in the second. So I was thinking, when they won all their Super Bowls, they had a Hall of Fame quarterback and a good defense. What are they missing? They're missing that Hall of Fame quarterback. They're missing that key quarterback piece that they've been looking for since Peyton Manning retired. So right here, I'm having them go with the day one ready QB Trey Lance.
What? Wait,
Whoa.
did you just say Trey Lance is day one ready? You're fucking retarded.
Well, not fully, but one of
No,
the most ready quarterbacks of this class.
he's not the most ready. He's not one of. He's not even a top ready quarterback. That is ridiculous that you think that he's ready to start in this league right away. No, I mean it's your pick. I'm not going to tell you to go back on it, but no, I think this pick is retarded for the simple fact that for that statement that you just made that came out of your mouth. He is not ready for this league yet. He needs
So
to sit
wait,
down for at least
I'll
half the
read
season.
you the top NFL ready quarterbacks. Trey Lance is 4 on this list.
And I have it all 4 quarterbacks go above him. So that's why he's gone.
Okay, so all right, so we're B. Christensen, and before you explain your pick or you finish explaining, I mean, I don't think Trey Lance is one of the best ready quarterback, but you did have the 3 quarterbacks that's ranked ahead of him go, so I see why you had him right here. But yeah, I see why you had him right here. And the 3, like I said, the 3 quarterbacks that are more NFL ready than him, you already had them go. So I see,
Yeah.
I guess.
Like, to be honest, I could see Mac Jones go before Lance. In my mind, I do have it. But it's hard with Lance. Now that I'm thinking on it. It's very hard. But I
Yeah,
still see Denver going quarterback here.
that's why it's kind of hard that we're doing this mock before his second pro day. But I think by next week, I think all 3 of us will have like a set spot for Lance because I feel like Lance, and not just us, in the other mock draft, Trey Lance is like kind of bouncing around from different picks. Like with certain players, like with Carolina, we all have them going offensive linemen. Like with certain positions, with certain players, we have them going to the same spot. With Trey Lance, it's like he's going one week we have him going here, next week we have him going here, and I see that with a lot of people's mock drafts, and I think that this is an interesting pick, but yeah.
All right, so you're still retarded for saying that he's one of the most ready quarterbacks when he's fourth. All right, so I'm still going to stand by that point. But
That's
you
right.
know,
Remember.
yeah. But with the 10th pick, I think this should be unanimous. JC Horn is going to become, in my opinion, is going to become the best corner out of this draft. And I think he's going to be better than Patrick Surtain. And I really think right here, J.C. Horn over there in Dallas boosts up that defense that needs to be improved. Literally one of the worst defenses last year. They picked it up at the end, but in the beginning, they were literally bottom last. And again, if you have a franchise guy, why not give him the help that he doesn't need on offensively? Don't get more offensive weapons. You don't need it. Why do that when you could just go defense and make that defense from okay to good? Then I got J.C. Horn, in my opinion, who is the best corner in this draft.
Yeah, with the Dallas Cowboys, actually, I've been going J.C. Horn. This seems like this is the Cowboys guy. I think he could be the best corner in this class. I do think Surtain gets picked ahead of him because I do think I just think Surtain might have the higher draft stock than him, but I do think J.C. Horn is the best we have when we talk about defensive backs in this class right here. I mean, he has it all defensively. He has the grittiness. He's gonna make you work on every play. He has the speed to keep up with players. That's something Surtain doesn't have. And I think Dallas Cowboys. One thing the Dallas Cowboys love is they love speed guys. When you look at their linebacking core, Jalen Smith, fast linebacker, Leighton Vander Esch, fast linebacker. They got Trayvon Diggs. Even though Trayvon Diggs is a bigger corner, still has okay speed. They just like guys that can run. They love guys who can run, and J.C. Horn is a guy who he's a pretty fast guy for his position. So I think that J.C. Horn goes to the Cowboys at number 10.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I
And
think that's the first time we agreed on a pick right now. Oh no, we agreed on number
We
three.
agreed on obviously the first overall pick, and we
Oh,
agreed the
oh,
Niners, Trey Lance.
I
all
agreed
right.
with the guy. I agreed Dallas needs a corner, and I agreed they're going to go it. But because I actually have them going Patrick Surtain.
Okay.
I
I
think
mean,
they're
I don't
gonna
hate.
match him up with Xavier Woods.
Okay.
Get him and Woods back together.
Him and Trayvon Diggs played at Alabama together.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs, my bad.
So, I mean, I can see that. Yeah, teammate for teammate.
All right. So with the number 11th pick, I think that we got the New York Giants. And I think this is going to be obvious again too. I'm not obvious, but I think this
I
is
think it's
a pick that
yeah,
they need to do. They should do it,
yeah.
and they better do it. I got Micah Parsons, in my opinion, who could be a top 3 linebacker in a couple of years. I got him at number 3. I mean, at number 11 right here, going to the New York Giants. Why not keep the history of great defensive players keep on going? I got Micah Parsons going to the New York Giants. Make that defense better
Michael
than it is.
Strahan for that defense.
Michael Strahan, you got what's his name? Fucking
Lawrence
crackhead
Taylor.
user, Lawrence Taylor. No, I described him as a crackhead user. I'm sorry.
Um,
But,
well, I disagree. I have been going to the offensive side, and I have been going Jalen Waddles. I know they signed Kenny Galladay, who can be their number one receiver. And last week, I brought up how they shouldn't draft receiver. But thinking about this Giants pick, and talking to some Giants fans, I think Jalen Waddle actually might be the guy here. It seems like that GM for them, Dave Gettleman, really loves Jalen Waddle. It seems like that the team loves Jalen Waddle, and I think you get a receiving core with Jalen Waddle. You got obviously you got Kenny Galladay, and then you got Darius Slayton who has potential. Then you can get rid of Sterling Shepard. I think you can have a really really good receiving core, and Danny fumbles. Jones needs all the weapons he can get because uh. He needs it, and then with a healthy Saquon Barkley next year, I think the Giants are gonna try to load up on offense. So I have been going Jalen Waddle right here at 11.
okay.
For me, I have him going Jalen Phillips.
Oh, defense.
I have him going
Hold
Ooh,
up.
defense.
Jalen Phillips.
Oh, that was a shocker. Why you haven't gone defensive line?
I think they need an edge rusher. I do, and they do have Blake Martinez. I and like trying to think of their edge rusher. I can't know. I don't even know who it is. You know.
Mm, yeah, I mean it's not a bad pick, but I don't think he's going to be a top 15 pick in my opinion. No, not top 15. I
Honestly,
don't think he's going to be a top 14. Top 4. No, 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 my bad. Top 12. I don't think he's going to be a top 12 pick.
Yeah.
But
But
I
yeah,
mean,
B. Christensen. I mean, the Giants, one of their top needs is edge.
yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
I mean, I'm
I
not going
mean,
to
I
hate it.
just don't think Jalen Phillips is a top 15 pick
Yeah.
either. But one thing I do I can see why you did this pick because even though edge rusher doesn't go in the top 15, the Giants could be one of those teams who say, I'll draft my need. I don't care how high it is, as long as I get the player that I need. I don't care how high of a draft pick I draft them at. And this
Jalen
could be one of
Phillips,
those
for example.
things. Yeah, like I just think I think that could be one of those things where you say, you know what, we're gonna draft our needs over the best available player, and I think that's kind of your logic here with this pick.
Yeah.
All right. So with the number 12 pick, who are gonna have the number 1 pick next year, you got the fucking Philadelphia Eagles, and wide receiver is one of their needs. It's obvious. They need tight ends, corners, safeties, linebackers, interior offensive line, linebackers, corners, interior defensive line, quarterback, edge rushers, and running backs. Actually, not running backs, but
No.
there's a lot of positions you could go here. And I don't think they're gonna go wide receiver here. And in fact, I don't think they're gonna go wide receiver. Why not boost up that defense a little bit more? MG, you're probably gonna hate me for this pick and probably call me stupid, but why not help out? Why not help out Slay and give him a weapon on the other side and give him Patrick Surtain?
Ooh. I don't mind
Patrick
that.
Surtain going a good defensive player right here coming off the draft. You're gonna put him next to Slay, and that just makes your pass defense even better than it was last year.
I
I
like
And
think
that.
I see what you're saying. I think a lot of Eagles fans this year were complaining about Darius Slay not having any help. And while I agree with that, I do have us going receiver. But I don't think I'd hate you for that pick because I can definitely see the Eagles doing that at number 12. But I think that the Eagles are going to go Devonta Smith right here. He's the best available player, Heisman winner. He's one of our problems last year at the receiver position was that our receivers never got open. Well, he always open. For some reason, you can double team Devontae Smith. You could give safety help. He just finds himself being open. He creates open space, and I think one of the most underrated parts when people scout wide receivers, they say, "Oh, how good of a route runner he is," or "What's his just pure speed," or "Can he catch 50-50 balls?" No, it's just about getting open and giving your quarterback a target every single play. And that's what he does. He's going to give Jalen Hurts that target. He's going to always be there, always be open. He's going to be that reliable receiver. Yeah, he might not be better than Jamar Chase, but he's always going to be open. And that's one thing I love about him. And I think he's going to come to Philadelphia and be our next good wide receiver. Kind of like how Deshaun Jackson was for us.
okay, I mean, I'm not gonna hate you on that pick.
I also
Yep.
have him going Jalen Waddle.
Waddles, okay.
All right, so with the number 13 pick, we got the L.A. Clippers. I mean, not the L.A.
Oh,
Clippers. They
wait,
bas-
what?
they basically are
What?
they basically are the L.A. Clippers. I got the L.A. Chargers.
Chargers.
Right here, going offensive lineman. You're probably gonna say, Isaiah, why are you letting these players fall? Rashawn Slater is gonna go over here. You're gonna help out that rookie quarterback that you got there. You don't want him to die. You don't want to. You want to make sure your boy stays good. The why did you let him cut his hair off? I don't know why. And give him offensive lineman so he stays healthy, so he doesn't become like a Joe Burrow and tears ACL. Hope to God it never happens.
Yeah, I agree with that. Offensive lineman, I think they're gonna go Christian Deershaw from Virginia Tech. You get the third best offensive lineman in the class, in my opinion. Um, Christian, I agree with that, man. They got interior this year. They signed the Packers center Corey Linsley. Now get a tackle, get a good tackle, and that's what Christian Deershaw is gonna bring you. Now I know none of you on here can pronounce Christian Deershaw's name correctly, which is okay.
You'll
But
see when
Christian
I.
Deershaw is gonna be what Justin Herbert needs. He's gonna be what Herbert needs. Herbert's a big quarterback who likes to run around sometimes, who can stay in the pocket. Like I said, they already got their interior offensive lineman with Corey Linsley. Now get a good tackle, and that's what Christian Deershaw is gonna bring.
Right here is finally where I have Kyle Pitts going. Because they did lose
All
Hunter
time.
Henry. So why not replace him with the best tight end prospect in a fucking while?
Okay.
Honestly, as of right now, I know it's only the beginning, but as of right now, I'm giving your draft grade an F. This is how do you have literally the best tight end slash wide receiver prospect falling all the way to 14? I
Because I didn't
understand.
see it, dude, outside of Atlanta and Carolina, I did not see anyone else taking him.
Eagles? Zach Ertz about to dip, bro.
I'm not sure if Ertz. That's the thing. I want to know
Oh
more
my
about Ertz
god.
before I have you pick a tight end.
Bro, you you could have also gone with Miami as well with this pick, but I
But
mean,
Miami's taking Jamar Chase, and Jamar like they have Mike Gesicki. I think they won't take Kyle Pitts.
all right.
Yeah,
So
I don't know, dude. That's an L right there.
I'll
I
say this: Kyle Pitts is not falling all the way where he is next week.
all right. So with
This was
my
kind of like a oh crap, Kyle Pitts. I gotta get involved like MG last year with
Jalen
Jalen
Waddle.
Waddle type thing.
all right.
All right,
So
14.
with this pick, honestly, I think they just gotta go with best available, and I got Tucker out of USC on interior offensive line. I think their offensive line is good, but you want to draft the best position right here.
Mhm.
You could go with a Christian Dross. I forget his name. Fuck. Out of Virginia Tech, what's his name? Christopher or something
Uh,
like that. Who?
Wait, repeat that. Virginia Tech.
Yeah, offensive lineman. I forget his name.
Oh, Christian Deershaw.
Christian Deershaw. Yeah, but I really think you got to go with best position here and best available. So I'm gonna go Tucker out of
Tucker.
USC going to the Vikings.
MG.
That's such a bad pick. It's such a horrible pick. Actually, that's the worst pick in the draft because I agree with you. Not Christian Deershaw. Elijah Vera Tucker, the interior offensive lineman from USC. He is, I think, what Minnesota needs. I think they just need offensive linemen in general. They lost their tackle and Riley Reef to the Bengals, so I think you just build up the offensive line in any kind of way. And I think Elijah Vera Tucker is the best available offensive lineman right here. So you go with Elijah Vera Tucker right here at 14.
Right here is where I have Christian Dershaw falling.
Deershaw.
I think they're gonna draft a lineman.
Okay.
All right. So with the number 15 pick, you probably think I'm going Mac Jones, right?
No.
You probably think I'm gonna go with Mac Jones, which probably is the best pick here. But I don't. I have Jeremiah. I have JOK, just
Mhm.
Jeremiah out of North Dakota, because I don't want to say his full name. I have
Noted.
him going to the to right here to the Patriots. I know you're asking why. I mean, look, you're getting a good prospect here. Why not put him next to a man like Noah Cal Van Noy? And with you're also getting an aging veteran in Hightower. So when Hightower leaves, you got fuck I just said his name. You got Kyle Van
Oh,
Noy and
Van
you got
Noy.
JOK right there linebacker. That's a great pickup in my opinion. Well, you stacked up the offensive line. Why not stack up the defense?
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I think they want to go. I think the Patriots, the Patriots, so they always going to make some like surprise pick or, they're going to get what they think it's right, not what everyone think is right. I think the Patriots could make a surprise pick right here. And this is why I'm not really set in stone on this pick. I have them getting Rashard Bateman. I think they're going to take him at 15. I know a few mock drafts don't have him going in the top 15, but I think Rashad Bateman's a really, really good wide receiver. I know they signed Kendrick Bourne. I know they signed Nelson Aguilar, but their number one wide receiver this year was going to be Julian Edelman. But he said, you know what? I can't deal with being injured, all getting banged up every season. I'm going to retire. And I think Rashad Bateman's going to come into this offense and he's going to fit well. One thing they have a problem with is N'Keal Harry dropping the football. Well, Rashad Bateman is one of the best pass catchers as far as just purely not dropping any football. Rashad Bateman does not drop the football. He has big ass hands and he has a big body frame with a good enough speed with that body frame. And then he has if you can develop his full polished route running ability, he can be a really good receiver in the system. He can go up and get it when needed, and he can make big plays and get touchdowns when needed. And I think the Patriots just like guys who can make plays, who don't drop the ball, and just do their job. And that's Rashad Bateman. He's all about business. He's not like the Jamar Chase where he's gonna be all flashy and outrun people or break ankles. No, he's just gonna get his business and get out of there. And that's what the Patriots want.
I agree, dude. Jamal, man, Rashad Bateman. If you guys watch my video, you guys know I'm high on Rashad Bateman. Like, he's amazing. Still hate him. It's college, always will. But Rashad Bateman, it's gonna be a top wideout in my opinion. I think he could be better than Devonta Smith.
All right, so Rashad Bateman, we both agree right
No,
here.
I haven't taken Michael Parsons. I think they're gonna go
Ooh,
linebacker. So why not get
okay.
the best linebacker out in the whole draft class with Michael Parsons? You know?
Guys got them going
Yeah,
linebacker.
I agree. But
All right, we gonna see.
so now we're moving on to the number 6 pick. We're halfway there now. We're halfway there. Don't
Sixteen.
copyright us because we're living
Copyright
on
time.
prayers. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So with this pick, I hate when the Cardinals get good because this team can actually make a playoff push. I got Greg Newsome the second going here.
Okay.
Corners the number one need. Corners the number one need. You lost a veteran with Peterson. Now you get a young guy out of Western. I really think it's a good pickup right here. I don't think it should be even hated. I really think it's a good pickup here and there. This is where he should go.
Yeah, I agree with the position, but not the player. I've been going Caleb Farley. The reason why Caleb Farley draft stock is falling is because of his back injury. But if it wasn't for his back injury, he'd be one of the best corners in this class.
Top 10 in my opinion. I
And I
watched
think he's
film.
gonna go right here to the Arizona Cardinals. His agent, Caleb Farley's agent, said that he'll be ready by week 1, so they don't have to worry about his back. I think his agent even said he'll be ready by training camp. He'll be fully recovered from his back injury by training camp. And the Cardinals need corner desperately. And when you have a talent like Caleb Farley, when you have a talent like this, I know the injury is a concern, but when you have a talent like this and you need that position, you have to get him. And I think you get Caleb Farley. I think he's a little bit better than Greg Newsome. And I think he's going to go right here to Arizona.
Okay. I mean, I don't disagree with you on the position, but I think Greg Newsome is going to be is going to be a better pickup in my opinion. But
You know,
I mean, at least we agree with what position they're going to go with. So
Yeah, they need corner.
I agree
yeah.
with you guys going corner, but I have him going J.C. Horn, one of the
Whoa.
best corners out of this draft class.
I have a question. Why are you letting all these guys fall?
Why did these guys fall?
Because this draft, the first 3, I'm doing 3 mock drafts. This one, I'm doing positions. The other one was a little bit of a hot take one. And the next one's going to be like positions and best player. I'm testing the waters with the mock drafts.
I kind of think this so far is your worst one. I think the first one was better than
This
this
might
one.
be the worst. I mean, other than having Lawrence not go 1, this might be the worst one.
Yeah.
But explain me why do you have J.C. Horn going?
I have J.C. Horn going here because teams that I could see him taking in the first game taken it's Dallas, but Dallas in my mock is taking Patrick Surtain because Denver's taking Trey Lance. And another team I could see taking it is Philly, but Philly needs a wideout as well, and I don't trust Howie Roseman. I think he's gonna try and get a flashy player like Jalen Waddle to save his job. Minnesota, I think they need to tackle more in my opinion. Patriots, Micah Parsons.
Wait, Patriots Micah Parsons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had
Wait.
Patriots going Michael Parsons. So that's basically why he had Horn falling all the way here.
Yeah.
First off, if I'd just like to say if the Cardinals somehow get J.C. Horn. That
I'm
is
killing
that
myself.
the NFC West might have to watch out if that happens.
That
First off,
defense with J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones, Isaiah Simmons, Buda Baker, and then J.C. Horn is going to be so
Wait.
good.
What do you mean NFC West watch out? You mean watch the Seahawks watch out? They ain't done shit this offseason.
well, the Seahawks, I think they're going to finish 4th in the division, but that'll come
gonna
in
be-
August when we do our season predictions for certain teams. Because I have a lot to talk about when it comes to the Seahawks offseason.
Oh, I did too.
But yeah, as far as the Cardinals, I guess that'd be a good pick for them. But you haven't fallen too far, buddy.
Yeah, you have
Bruh,
players falling off
I'm
way
doing
too.
more position needs. That's why.
That's but then teams.
Okay,
Then you
what more
wait,
position
wait,
needs
wait,
than
wait, wait,
Caleb?
wait,
Did
wait.
freaking you should have J.C. Horn going to us, bro?
Then why wouldn't you have J.C. Horn going to them or Dallas?
Dallas
Wait,
has
you should have Kyle Pitts going to Carolina. Oh my! No, you know what? You know what?
Let's
Let's
try
just
after
move
we say
on.
this. We'll say this after.
Listen, when the draft happens and he's completely wrong on all his mock drafts, Isaiah, we're gonna look smarter than him.
All right, so I did have a guy falling. I don't think he should fall this far, but I got Christian Drossen. I can't say his fucking name.
Dear
De'Aaron
Shaw.
Shaw
Jeez,
going
jeez.
to the Oakland Raiders. The offensive line was completely fucking trash. I mean, due to injury and opting out. Now that you have a good offensive, now with no offensive line, you got to rebuild that. Try to help out Carr so he doesn't get fucking slaughtered as the fragile glass he is. So I got him here and going there, and I really think it's not a bad pick. I think it's an obvious pick, but we'll have to see.
Okay. Um. All right. So we at the 17th overall pick. The Raiders are gonna select Tevin Jenkins. They sold their whole offensive line, so they gotta start helping getting their offensive line back up, and they're gonna do that by getting offensive tackle from Oklahoma State, Tevin Jenkins. I think they traded away Trent Brown, Rodney Hudson. They brought back Richie Incognito. Uh, and then they trade another offensive line. Did they get rid of 3 offensive linemen this
They got
offseason?
rid of a lot of offensive linemen, let's just say.
Like,
They got rid
they
of
just need offensive
Trent
linemen, dude.
Brown, Incognito, their center, and I think one
Hudson.
more, Hudson.
Yeah, like they gave up so many offensive linemen, and they have to start doing that. I mean, and Richie Incognito's old. He's like old, like 38 years old. So I know they just re-signed him, but dude, still, he's old, and you got to build the offensive lineman. Derek Carr is gonna be in so much trouble this year if
He
they
is.
do not draft offensive linemen right here.
I agree with you, MG. I think they're gonna also take Telvin Jenkins because of that O line need. That O line. Oh, that O line is so bad. It's not looking good.
Mm-hmm. All right, so with the number 18th pick, they got wide receiver already, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
so they got wide receiver here. Well, I already chose them. That you got the Miami Dolphins. Why not just make your fucking defensive? Why not just make your defense better and get a guy who's a Miami guy and get Jalen Phillips out
Okay.
of Miami? I think right here you just make that fucking edge even stronger. You go Jalen Phillips right here. Let's make this shit happen.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, that's not bad. All right, so we have Miami. I think they're gonna go running back, bro. I think they're gonna go Najee Harris. I think that they do have Miles Gaskin, who had a okay year last year, but I think Najee Harris, one, is the best running back in this class, and he can make plays. He can make explosive, big time plays for your offense. I think that they're gonna go. You got to go offense right here. Your defense is set. Get that offense built up for Tua. I have them getting Kyle Pitts, and now they're gonna get Najee Harris. So I think if they build their offense up like this with their 2 first round picks, the Miami Dolphins are gonna be set this season for a good playoff push.
I think they're also gonna focus offense in the first round, so I also have them going Najee Harris. They already drafted in my mock Jamar Chase. If they're 6, I think they're gonna go Najee Harris for this one.
All right, so with number 19th pick, I understand they already have a guy at this position. He's an older dude, one of the most wisest guys, the most traveler, in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean by traveler, right?
A
Like, he
lot of
hops.
vacations throughout his career.
Yeah. I have Mac Jones going to the Washington football team. Right here, you put him right there, just like last year with Tua. You have Miss Fitzmagic who could come in and win you some games, but you're also going to want to have a future ready for your guy. And I think Mac Jones, look at they have weapons, they have a defense. So it's not similar, but something like he did in Alabama. He has good weapons here. He has a great defense like he did in Alabama. Why not put him in not a similar situation he was in Alabama and make it like just like that, so he doesn't have to deal with stuff bad. So I think with the football team, I think is a great fit for Jones, and I really think it will. I think this is where Jones falls.
All right. 19 overall pick. I had this guy falling big time, man. I said big as many times as Ken says yeah in his raps, but that's besides the point. I think that Washington is gonna go Micah Parsons. I know he is the best
Okay, no,
linebacker
no,
and he
no, no, no,
fell,
no, no, no.
but wait, I just think, man, I don't know why. I just have a feeling that Micah Parsons is going to fall. First reason is because I don't hear his name get talked about by anyone. I don't hear that any teams are interested in him. I don't hear nothing. And then when you look at all the other picks I had, I've either gone best available player or best available need. Maybe I could have had the Cowboys going Micah Parsons. Maybe I could have had the Patriots going Micah Parsons. But when you look at it, Micah Parsons can fall. I think this is very likely. You guys might disagree with me 100%, but I think Washington gets him right here. And Washington linebacker core is okay, but I think their defensive line is the best part of their defense, and I think you start building up that linebacker core. Get a linebacker who can has speed, who can cover, and who can get sacks.
And a hot take here before B Christian goes. I actually have Micah Parsons winning defensive rookie of the year, and I really think he's gonna have a comparable season to as his rookie year to Bobby Wagner. I really think he's gonna have a
Okay.
Bobby Wagner type of career.
All right.
All right.
So, B Christian, who do you have right here at number 19?
Well, first, before I go, MG, you cannot give me shit for having people fall when you have one of the best linebackers fall in this draft who is debatably going in the top 10.
But you have everybody falling.
Right here,
Everybody
I have Greg
falling.
Newsome.
Okay.
Who?
Greg
Greg
Oh,
Newsome.
Newsome.
okay.
The
Greg Newsome,
second, I
alright.
think that D line is good. I think that secondary is lacking a little bit. They have Kendall Fuller almost to Kyle, but they have Kendall. They should have got to Kyle. And who else do they have? Frick.
They have Kendall Fuller in the secondary. You talking about Washington, right?
Yeah, in
Not
their secondary.
okay. Washington. They have Kendall Fuller, and they just signed someone.
I know.
They just signed someone. I forgot who they signed.
But
But yeah, they do have
but
Kendall Fuller as their one of their best defensive backs. But I think Kendall Fuller was playing a little bit of safety this season.
he was
From what I've seen,
he
from
was
what
like
I've
a
seen,
safety
he
corner
was
type player.
playing. He was like a safety corner, kind of playing like the nickel spot.
Yeah,
So
and if he's gonna be playing nickel, they need a good starting corner, and I think Greg Newsome's gonna be it for them.
okay,
All right. So with the number 20 pick, B Christian, you don't need to tell us who you're gonna go here. We already know who you got here. But with the Bears, I honestly think you lost a guy at this position. You lost Fuller. Why not go Fairley? Yeah, you go Caleb
Harley.
Fairley right here.
Farley.
Farley. At number 20, you lost one of the, if not one of the best corner in the league with Fuller. There's a debate there, but I don't really. But why not just add him to your team? I think right here would be a great pickup for them.
All right.
MG?
With this, what is this? The 20th overall pick.
Yep.
Oh, and by the way, B. Christensen, you were like seeing who the Washington had at secondary.
Yeah.
In defense, they also signed Thomas Davis this year.
Uh-huh.
They have Kendall Fuller, and they signed Daryl Roberts at corner. So they have a little bit of corner depth there.
They have the
But
depth, but they need
as far
that
as
good player.
yeah, I see what you're saying. But let's go to the Bears. Let's talk some Bears. B. Christensen probably has them going like freaking Kyle Trask or Sam Ellinger right here. But I'm gonna be smart. I have them going Greg Newsome right here. I think Kyle Fuller was a really, really big loss for them. And they're not gonna leave young Jalen Johnson there in their secondary together, just to hang. I think they're gonna get Jalen Johnson, someone to work with him as a young corner, and they're gonna get Greg Newsome. Greg Newsome. I mean, if you some people have him over Caleb Farley, but you can honestly debate that. It doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is that number 20 Chicago Bears, they're gonna go a corner. Whether it's Farley, whether it's Newsome. Right here, I have them going Greg Newsome to help out.
Pick number 20. Beautiful, beautiful pick 20. This pick will be the pick that seals Ryan Pace's and Matt Nagy's fate in Chicago. I've been waiting for this pick all day. And that pick is Kyle Trask. Baby.
All right, we don't need no explanation.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just you're being a Packer fan.
Oh, I cannot wait for
That's
next
what
week
you do.
for pick 20 the most.
Tevin Jenkins, in my opinion, is going to go to right here. Oh, my bad. Well, I have Tevin Jenkins going to the Colts. Make that offensive line way better than it is. Tevin Jenkins, right here. Make that fucking offensive line make that offensive line greater for a quarterback who's injury prone, and just make that shit just the best offensive not the best. Make it the greatest offensive line in a long time.
Okay. Right here, I have a surprise pick at a position that you might not expect it. They don't need offensive line. They're okay at receiver. They don't need running back. They don't need linebacker, and they're pretty decent at defensive line. Cornerback Eric Stokes will go to the Indianapolis Colts. I think that yeah, you have Xavier Rhodes, but Xavier Rhodes, let's be real, he's starting to be a little
Roads are
washed up.
opening.
The roads are opening. Okay. Um, but yeah, he's becoming washed up. He's not as good as he was in the previous years, and you can get a young corner who you can develop. No, he's not like the Caleb Farley, the Surtains, the J.C. Horns, but he can be a good corner that you can develop into your defensive system with a great linebacking core, with a good defensive line around him, with a lot of great players around him on the defense. He can be a part of the top defense that the Colts had last year, and I think the Colts to continue to improve their defense because I think they have a solid offense.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see him doing that, but I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Right here is where I have
Also,
Rashawn Bateman going. Because T.Y.
okay.
Hilton's is like a Xavier Rhodes, in my opinion. Inconsistent, slowing down. Or is who do they have? Pittman? They need another
Michael Pittman
wideout, in my
Jr.
opinion. And I think, why not fill that with the best available wideout and a top wideout in this class and Rashad Bateman get that number 2 down. Him, Bateman, and Perriman, I think it is. Sorry, Colts fan, if I
Bateman,
botched his name.
Pittman, not
Pittman.
Perryman.
Pittman. Pittman. That'll be a deadly duo, in my opinion. Like, that would be deadly.
How do you know it's going to be a deadly duo if you don't even know the man's name? I'm just playing.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, you can't even remember his name. You have, but nah. And by the way, B. Christensen, the you were talking about Washington secondary. They have Landon Collins there. If you still care about who they had at secondary, and Landon Collins. But Isaiah, would you like to take us to 22?
22 pick. And to agree with MG, um, we're gonna stay in the same division. We agree. Eric Strokes. I have him actually going to the Tennessee. Tennessee had one of the worst defenses going into the playoffs last year. Why not make that defense a little bit better so you can take the pressure off of your running back, the great running back in the King, the magnificent King Henry. Take some pressure off of him so he doesn't have to carry the load like he always does. So I'm gonna go Eric Strokes here.
Okay. Um, I was and I was thinking about this pick for a while. Man, Tennessee just needs defense, bro. They just need defense, dude. And this could be a little bit of a reach, but I have them going Jason Owe, the edge rusher from the Penn State Nittany Lions.
I
Now,
think it's
when you look at Tennessee at 22, it's just hard. But they did just lose Jadeveon Clowney, and they just have no good defense outside of Kevin Byard and Kenny Vaccaro. They just have no good defense. And I think they did trade for Desmond King last year, but they have no other good defenders on the defensive line. You need to start building that defensive line and that whole front seven in general. And Jason Owe, while he might be a project player, a late first rounder, I think that he might be a guy that Tennessee might want as far as edge rusher. And I think with him running one of the fastest 40 times in the draft, I think is going to be I think that that's going to sell Tennessee.
Well, I agree. I think they're going to go edge. But right here, I have them going Azi Ogi.
Ojulari.
Ojulari from Georgia. With the loss of Clowney, I think that's a huge loss because that defensive line is huge in the NFL.
Defensive line can win you Super Bowls. Look at the Niners. Their defensive line
Shut
took
up.
them to the Super Bowl.
Shut
Look at Tampa Bay. They took them to the
Unlike
Super
the
Bowl and
Niners,
got a
but go
win.
ahead.
Like, defensive
Yeah.
line is huge, and I think Tennessee needs to get a key piece of that.
All right. So with the 23rd pick, we have the New York Giants the New York Giants. I'm sorry, the New York Jets right here, and I think they're gonna go with another corner here. I have Asante Samuel Jr. out of Florida State going right here. So I have two corners back to back. Asante Samuel, put him right there with Robert Saleh, one of the greatest defensive minds, and as a coach. Right here is going to be good. I think they need to stack up on that defense, especially if they're going to go quarterback with the first pick. You want to want to help up on that defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
With 23, Jets. I have them going defensive line here. I think they get their quarterback. I think they're gonna go defensive line. They're gonna go Jalen Phillips, and um, I think Jalen Phillips might be the best edge rusher. And honestly, while doing this mock draft, I forgot to have him over my last pick, which was Jason Owe. Jalen Phillips might be the best edge rusher in this draft, might be the best defensive lineman in this draft, and I think the Jets are gonna see him right here, and I think they're gonna be happy to have him right here. And also, maybe the Jets do need other positions like running back, but it is the Jets too, and I think they might be a little bit dumb after getting their quarterback. They might think, "Oh, let's go
Mm-hmm.
defense. Let's show love to the defensive side." I think Jalen Phillips might be a good talent to go to New York.
so we both agree defense, right?
You
Yep.
both agree, and I'm going to join you guys because I think they're going to go with defense. I think the head coach, I can't remember his name, is going to love this player, and I mean love.
Right.
Robert Sala.
Robert Saleh is going to
I'm gonna
love
so
getting
happy
his
for
hands on this player. Because this player a year ago, before he got injured, was supposed to be a top pick. And he's going to get J.C. Wait, fuck.
You said JC.
Kale
Bruh.
Farley. Kale Farley. Mind
How,
blank.
how,
Golly, dude.
Mind
how are you
blank.
gonna
Kale Farley.
how,
I think they're going to draft Kale Farley here.
are you gonna call this kid one of the best before and not know his name? I swear, bro. You
Bro, I
straight
I
made a video
swear,
on Kale
this guy.
Farley. I made a whole report. Kale Farley, basically, his biggest worry for me is his injuries.
So you're basically telling me you did a whole video and you forgot his name at this moment?
I literally looked right at his
To
name
be
and I
fair,
was like, wait,
we all are like just dead tired,
fuck
but you
I'm
still
not.
still
defensive.
remember a name that you did a video on. All right. Anyways,
Well,
Isaiah, would you like
so
to take us to the Squitsburg Squealers?
the Squidspurs is one of the worst teams in my opinion last year.
The
I have
biggest
Kevin.
fraud.
I have another corner off the board. I mean, corner is one of the biggest things right here for them, in my opinion. And I got Kevin Joseph going off the board right here out of Kentucky. I have him going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think right there, your defense is doing great. I understand you could go with another offensive lineman, but why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have them going running back. They just lost James Conner. Benny Snell, like I explained last episode. Um, I all I wanted Benny Snell to do was to play have one good week with my fantasy team while James Conner was hurt, and he did it. So Benny Snell, you will always be a bum, and that's why they're gonna draft a running back because they're not gonna make you the number one running back. They're gonna draft Travis Etienne. Since I already had Najee Harris going, I think this is the next available running back right here. I just think Travis Etienne is a really good running back. Um, Out of Clemson, and yes, this running back draft class might not be as exciting, but it's still got some good running backs, and Travis Etienne is one of those really good guys who can go right here.
I could see that, definitely. But I also have him going offensive side. But I have him going Samuel Cosime. Cosime.
Cosme,
What?
Samuel Cosme.
Cosme. I have him going Samuel Cosme out of Texas. Because Big Ben's getting up there in age. He probably has 1 or 2 more years left. AKA probably one. And you gotta protect him while you still can. He's not that old. You got Juju back for a year. Yes, you need a running back, and yes, the running back you just said could go here, but they need protection more, in my opinion.
All right, I'm gonna make this pick real quick, and I gotta go real quick. All right, I'm gonna make this pick right here, and I gotta go.
All right.
I'll be back. But I'm gonna go another corner off the board, and I think Aaron Robinson's gonna go off the board out of UCF. Probably
Yep.
not a flashy pick here, but corners another good pick right here. And I'm actually lying. I'm reading the wrong team right here. I didn't know we were doing Jacksonville. I don't have.
Golly, dude. God.
Sorry.
I'm like, wait, what? What are you all these corners for?
I actually have Samuel Cosmo going out, and you gotta help out your franchise guy right here at pick number 25. Hold up, give me a second.
Okay. Well, you go get your picks organized while I get to select the Jacksonville Jaguars getting Kadarius Toney. Why?
Wow.
Because I think DJ Chark did not have a good year last year. They thought he would be the number one receiver, and he didn't show that. They did draft Laviska Shenault, but I just don't know, man. I think they have a solid running back in James Robinson, who still no one talks about, even though he had 1,000 yards.
Exactly. Taylor
It's
is better, but still.
like, come on, dude. When you think about it, man, when you really, really think about it, dude, they can get a receiver right here in Kadarius Toney,
They
who
could.
has high potential with his explosiveness, being at a 6'1" body frame. I think that you have a really, really good wide receiver right here in Kadarius Toney, who can succeed with a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence.
Well, I agree they're going to go offense, but I think they got to protect their first overall pick, MG.
Thank you, bro. Why would you go wide receiver here?
I don't know, Dan. I don't think they got that many weapons,
I don't
bro.
think so either, but they got to protect Lawrence, so I have them going Liam Eichenberg.
Liam Eichenberg. I actually really like Liam Eichenberg.
Liam Eichenberg. I have them going Liam Eichenberg to protect Trevor Lawrence because their line's not good. Jacksonville, they need the help. Liam Eichenberg will be the help.
Well, all right. Well, up to this point, Clowney has signed with the Browns,
Yep.
and I was gonna go right here with Kaiwi Paya, whatever
What do
his
you
name
pay?
is. Could he pay? But why go there when you have literally now possibly the best two defensive rushers in the game next to each other, and it's hard right here. So I'm gonna go with Christian Batmore right here, interior
Barmore,
defensive
yes.
Barmore. They
Mhm.
lost his name, Richardson, I believe, yeah,
Sheldon Richardson.
Sheldon Richardson. Make that defensive line just even better, snastier.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can see what you're saying here as far as the defensive line goes. I know they signed Clowney, and that's why I changed my pick. They're going to go linebacker, Jeremiah Owuzu Koromoa. And I'm still the only guy on this podcast who can pronounce that full name
Shut up.
Shut
correctly.
up.
But I think he can be a really, really great player for the Cleveland Browns right here, man. I really think that Cleveland needs a good coverage linebacker, a guy who's going to be really aggressive, a guy who doesn't miss those tackles, who always sticks to his assignment and gets the job done. I really like JOK right here for the Cleveland Browns.
Okay. I can see that, but I think they're going to make that secondary with Denzel Moore and John Johnson even better. And I haven't
Denzel Moore. Okay.
Denzel Moore?
Denzel Moore.
Who the fuck is
Denzel Ward?
Moore?
Denzel Ward. Ward, shush. I was reading a different player. Okay, you'll see soon. But I have him taking Eric. Fuck, what's his last name? Eric
Stokes?
Storks, yeah. Improving that secondary even more. Because imagine that secondary with John Johnson, Eric Storks, Denzel Ward. That would be an amazing secondary. And I just want to say this: fuck you, Denzel Ward and Madden. All right.
Before you go,
All
Isaiah, B. Christensen, how much football do you watch to not remember these guys' name?
MG,
Like, come on, you watch a pretty good amount of football, dude.
MG, can I tell you something?
What?
It's
What?
4 a.m. and my body's not liking me, so that's why.
When
Next question.
whenever he says, "Can I tell you something?" That's just an excuse of him saying he just doesn't want to say he's wrong. But I'm gonna
Bro.
go edge. I'm gonna go edge straight right here with the Baltimore Ravens. I think Kawhi Pay out of Michigan make that defense even better. Let's go, baby.
Kawhi Pay. Kawhi Pay. Well, too bad it's not pronounced Kawhi, but I agree with you because you're talking about Quiddy Pay.
Quiddy
I
Pay,
agree.
bro.
He's gonna go right here to the Baltimore Ravens. They lost Matthew Judon, who was their top edge rusher last year. To put Quiddy Pay in the defensive line along the likes of Calais Campbell will be deadly for the Ravens
Calais
defense. I
Campbell.
think you go edge rusher right here, a guy who can get pressure off the line, who had a pretty solid career in college at Michigan. I think you can have success right here, along with Calais Campbell and Quiddy Pay.
Well, for me, right here
Okay.
at this pick, I disagree. I think they're gonna go offense. I think they're gonna get this solid number 2. I do not trust Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins is not even number 2. I think their number 2 is gonna be Kadarius Toney. Toney, it's gonna be. I think he's gonna start off the year in the slot, and I think he's gonna take over Sammy Watkins' job by the end of the year if he goes to Baltimore.
All right.
Okay. All right. So with my pick, now we're at pick number 28 in the NFL draft. You know, a lot of positions have going, a lot of duplicate positions, mainly corners and offensive linemen, in my opinion, are going to be the number one pickups in this year's draft. So you have a lot of players falling, right? A lot. So I actually have Zaven Collins or I think I'm saying it right.
I don't know how to
Zaven
pronounce his name
Collins.
right, bro.
Zaven
Zaven,
Collins.
I guess.
Zaven Collins going out of Tesla, going
Tulsa.
out, and he's Tosla, and he's going to come out and come at number 28 right here. I think you just keep on boosting up that defense. Your offense is okay. Why not just make the defense better? You know, I mean that's what is the main reason why you've been losing a lot of playoff games. Let's make that defense better.
Yeah, I could see it.
I
I could.
actually have him going offense.
Really?
Slant Thomas is the only good receiver in that offense right now. They lost Emmanuel Sanders. They had this kid named Marquez Callaway step up a little bit for them last season, but I think they're going to go number 2 wide receiver, Terrence Marshall Jr. This might be a surprise pick right here, but listen, Michael Thomas is just going to get double teamed, and they're going to bring safety help. And he can't keep running slant routes. They're gonna. And I know that's a big joke around the league that he only runs slant routes, but they're gonna start double teaming him. They're gonna start putting multiple guys on him. They're gonna start showing him different looks and coverages. And you get a guy like Terrence Marshall Jr., who is more incapable of playing the number 2 receiver position. I think you can have a deadly receiving core right here for if Jameis Winston's your quarterback, or if the other running back in the NFL slash wide receiver slash tight end, Taysom Hill. No matter if which guy's your quarterback, um, I think that you get him another weapon right here. You get Terrence Marshall Jr. for the Saints.
Okay.
Okay. Now with
Alright.
pick number 29.
Hey, you just gonna skip over me?
Oh, my bad. I forgot you were a person. Go ahead.
Bro, no, but
I'm just kidding.
for the Saints, I have them going defense. Next
Okay.
week will probably be offense, but I have them going defense here. Saints are undetermined whether they'll go offense or defense, but I have them improving their defense a lot and going Jason Awui. That's it.
Wait.
Okay.
Away.
Just like how your team's going to stay away from drafting quarterbacks. I mean, wide receivers.
Okay. I'm about to say, wait, they did draft. They drafted
Shut
freaking
up. Shut up. You know
Jordan
I
Love. Like I said, we're recording this late and we're all tired. Can
Yeah.
we give us a
I just
break?
want to say
Next
fuck you to
episode
that
will
one
make up for
person.
this, man.
But if you're making it this far, kudos to you. Just know it's 4
Yeah.
a.m. and I want to go to bed.
Yeah, so half y'all ain't making it this far in the episode, so a little tired, but next episode will make up for the lack of energy in this one.
And we're going to have hella energy in the next episode. Best believe
Yeah.
that. So,
Yes, sir.
you know, I could go offensive line here. I picked number 29. I have 2 guys that I have in mind. Alex Leatherwood out of Alabama offensive line, or you could go Rashad Bateman.
Wait.
And knowing how the Green Bay Packers have been
Just do basement.
and how they've been bad, Alex Leatherwood is going to become the 29th pick in this year's draft, and that's where he's going to become.
Okay, I could see that. I wouldn't mind it. But hey, Isaiah. Fuck you.
That's tough. Guess what? I guess you're gonna be saying the same thing to me because I have the same pick. The Packers are gonna be dumb and not draft the number 2 wide receiver again. They're gonna do it again.
Who's the
I
best
was being
available
nice by
wideout
giving him a
receiver?
receiver last time. I was being nice. Guess what? You're not getting a wide receiver. You're just not. Your
Hey.
GM does not believe in drafting Aaron Rodgers number 2 or number 3 weapons.
And guess what?
And you guys are gonna
be
draft
wrong.
Alex Leatherwood.
You're
Huh?
gonna be proven wrong when Sean Bateman falls to Green Bay. I'm just saying.
No, you're not gonna draft him if he does. And guess what? You guys are gonna get a guy who's gonna be on the opposite side of David Bakhtiari, and you guys are gonna try to build the offensive line. Even though you guys have a pretty decent offensive line, you just have to replace Corey Linsley. But you guys won't do that. You
And
guys
Rick
don't
Wagner.
draft needs.
We gotta replace Rick
guys don't
Wagner
do
and
it.
Corey Linsley. But this is gonna be my last hopeful pick for the Packers. What I want them to do next week will be what I think they'll actually do. And this one is Elijah Moore, wide out Ole Miss.
Okay, that's not bad.
Okay.
That's not bad. But does your GM believe in that?
No.
Okay.
You want to know something logical I could see happen?
What?
So I know this. We cannot do this in our mock drafts, but I could see Green Bay trading back with the Bengals and taking wide out.
Trading back? You mean trading forward?
No, back in the second round.
Into the second round?
Oh, into the second round. Okay.
Yeah, I could totally see us doing that.
Oh, because the Bengals have a high pick in the second round. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're at pick number 30. 3 more picks away.
Yep.
And this offense right here for the Bills is pretty good. Defense is pretty good too. Ed Oliver is a rising star in this league. You got White, one of the best corners in the league.
Yep.
One thing that did shy away this season was running backs.
Ooh.
I have Najee Harris
Whoa.
at pick 30.
I disagree.
What?
I disagree with you.
What?
Yeah.
First
pick
off,
number
it's three problems with this pick. One, you had Najee Harris fall. 2, they have Devin Singletary, and 3, they have Zach Moss.
Devin Singletary didn't prove himself last year. Devin Singletary.
But they have Zach Moss. They don't need Devin Singletary to be. Zach Moss has been a stud last year before he got injured in the playoffs, dude. Zach Moss was the lead back, and he was playing well. They don't need Devin Singletary to put up 1,000 yards because he has Zach Moss to complement him. They have their 2 running backs, dude.
Let me explain myself.
Let me
explain myself. So you got Moss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moss did great last year till the injury.
Yep.
They want to run a 2-headed monster there. Why not put Najee there and get rid of Singletary? Singletary still has some value in him. Get rid of him. Put Najee there. He doesn't have to be the automatic number 1. Put Najee there with Moss. In my opinion, that's the best 2-1 punch in this league. No, actually, never mind. Take that back.
Nick Chubb?
No, mind. That's why I say I took it back. Oh, okay. They could be a great 2-1 punch right here, and I think Najee Harris. I mean, there's still more teams that need needs than running backs that are ahead of them that were before the Bills. I think again, like last year, running back was the biggest reason why they didn't win a lot of games. They couldn't run the ball, and they still can't. And I think right here with Najee Harris, you have a great running back. You could put him right there with Moss to have 2 young studs. That's going to be great over there. I really think that's why I chose him right here.
Okay. I
I'm gonna
disagree.
go as Zeke Ojulari. They did not focus on defense in free agency, defensive line and specifically. Um, I just think that they got to start getting pressure to the quarterback. And you said a lot of the problems why they didn't win last games last year was because of running the football. And yeah, that might be true. They might have had lack running the football, you know. But another reason why is because they didn't get any pressure to the quarterback. They literally let Jared Goff almost beat them until Josh Allen pulled out some heroics late game to carry them back in. And they did not get any pressure. They just don't like getting pressure to the quarterback. And until they show me they can get pressure to the quarterback, I don't have them making the Super Bowl until they can show me that they can get pressure. Because, like B. Christian said earlier, underrated part about winning championships is getting pressure to the opposing team's quarterback. Why? Because the quarterback wins the game. But if you get pressure to the quarterback, that will limit the quarterback's decision making. And I think the Bills need to start doing that. They need to learn to get pressure to the quarterback. And I think you get Aziz Ojulari, who is the best edge rusher available right here. I think that you can definitely start competing for a championship if you're the Bills.
I agree. I think they're gonna go defense, but something too that killed them was that secondary, especially that cornerback 2 spot. This might be a little reach, but he's like one of the only other players I know at this position. I'm planning on learning more for future stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I have Asante Samuel Jr. going here.
Okay.
I know it's probably a reach. I know, but I'm out of corners. Basically, I don't know. So I just said screw it. I'm gonna throw him. He is someone I want the Packers to take in the second round, but not in the first.
Okay.
You took so many corners this first round that this was the last corner that you had going in the first round
Mm-hmm.
for the Bills.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a lot of needs right here
With the
for the
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Offensive line, linebacker, wide corner, wide receiver,
Mm-hmm.
and you're probably gonna kill me here, but for letting him fall this far. Rashad Bateman is going to be the number 2 wide receiver in Kansas City.
You want to die?
Ooh. Wait, you're like the Chiefs are like in your division, and they're like the Bears or something.
No, no,
B.
no, no, no. I'm so mad at him for not having Green Bay take him.
Okay.
Hee hee.
They believe in doing that? No. So Isaiah, explain your pick now.
Hmm? Oh, I really think they need a number 2 wide receiver. I mean, you get a guy like this, put him at number 2, you're still going to be Super Bowl contenders, no doubt. But again, focus on offensive line or get that number 2 because Kelsey is getting up there in age. Kelsey's getting up there. And how long is he going to be considered that number 2, right? So why not get you a young stud and put him right there at number 2?
Okay.
With the Chiefs, I have them going Zaven Collins, the linebacker from Tulsa. They have a few defensive needs, and I think they're going to fill one of their defensive needs right here by getting a linebacker with a little bit of potential. Not the best linebacker in this draft class, but definitely one that you can take a chance on if you're the Chiefs with that late round pick right here.
Okay.
B.
Right here, I don't want to botch his name. I'm going to say the first name right. Jeremiah Azu
Oh,
Kumara.
just JOK.
JOK.
JOK. I have him taken. I think they need a linebacker bad. Because they do not have good linebackers, and I think he'll be a good starting linebacker for them coming up in the future.
Right. Also, with the last pick in the NFL draft,
Before you continue, I just want to say finally.
you have, if not the reigning Super Bowl champions of the so they already have 2 running backs, right?
Oh,
I
I
probably
know
think,
who
guys,
he's going.
if you go running back here, you're a fucking retard. Well, you're right because I'm not gonna go running back. Wide receiver, There you go with the number 3.
Thank you.
You go Tooney, but why would you go Tooney, right? Thuney, my bad. Tooney. Why not make that defensive line better, right? You go into a lot of stuff here. This team is stacked at every position. It's going to be hard to choose, and that's why I have Ozzy out of Georgia. I forget his name. The defensive end. Yep, out of Georgia. Going right here, make that defense even scarier. Let's go with pick number 32.
Okay. MG.
Last pick for me, I have them taking Gregory Rousseau. I think people have forgot about him, that he's one of the best edge rushers in this draft class. And I think him going 32 to the Buccaneers is a really great pick for the Buccaneers because they get a guy who was at one point, people were calling him arguably the best edge rusher in this class. Now he's fallen down a little bit in draft stocks, but I think Gregory Rousseau is a good pick right here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I agree. I also have him going Gregory Rousseau.
All right, so we're gonna read off our draft picks. MG, you're gonna grade them.
Oh no.
All right, so number 1, I got Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddles, Devonta Smith, Penny Sewell, Justin Fields, J.C. Horn, Micah Parsons, Patrick Surtain, Rashawn Slater, A.J. Tucker, Jeremiah, Greg Newsome, Drawson or something like that. All T out of Virginia. Yeah. Jalen Phillips and Mac Jones, Caleb Farley, Trevor Jenkins, Eric Stokes, Asante Samuel, Kevin Joseph, Samuel Cosmo, Batmore, defensive line, Alabama,
Barnward.
Kyle, and then Kai or something like Kai Pay.
Quiddy Pay.
Quiddy Pay. Zayn Collin, linebacker. Alex Leatherwood, Najee Harris, Rashad Bateman, and Ozzy.
Aziz Ojulari.
Aziz
Okay.
Ojulari.
Okay. So we all had Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson going first 2. I had Trey Lance going 3, Fields 4, Penny Sewell 5, Kyle Pitts number 6, Jamar Chase number 7, Rashawn Slater 8, Patrick Surtain 9, J.C. Horton 10, Jalen Waddle 11, Greg Newsome 12, Christian Dearshot 13, Elijah Vera Tucker at 14. I had oh my god, no, I had no, I did not have Greg Newsome at 12. I had Devonta Smith at 12. I'm sorry. Deershaw at 13, Tucker at 14. I had Bateman at 15, Farley 16, Tevin Jenkins 17, Najee Harris 18, Micah Parsons 19, Greg Newsome at 20. At 21 had Eric Stokes, 22 I had Jason Owe, 23 I had Jalen Phillips, 24 I had ETN, 25 I had Kadarius Toney, 26 I had JOK, 27 Quiddy Pay, 28 I had Terrence Marshall, 29 I had Leatherwood, 30 Ojulari, 31 Zaven Collins, and 32 Gregory Rousseau.
Not bad. For me, I had Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, 1 and 2. 3, Mac Jones. 4, Justin Fields. 5, Penny Sewell. 6, Jamar Chase. 7, Devonta Smith. 8, Rashawn Slater. 9, Trey Lance. 10, Patrick Surtain. 11, I have Jalen Phillips. 12, Jalen Water. 13, Kyle Pitts. 14, Christian Deschwa. 15, Micah Parsons. 16, J.C. Horn. 17, Tevin Jenkins. 18, Quiddy Pay. 19, Gregory Newsome. 20, Kyle Trask. 21, Rashad Bateman. 22 is Azu OGR. 23 is Caleb Farley. 24 is Sammy Costine. 25 is Liam Eichenberg. 26 is Eric Stokes. 27, Kadarius Toney. 28, Jason Oyai. 29, Elijah Moore. 30, Asante Samuel Jr. 31, Jermaine JOC, and then 32, what's his name?
Gregory Rousseau.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, B. Christensen, this might be a worse draft. You had J.C. Horn falling a little too far. Um, what else? I mean, at least you did have Joe Tryon in the first round this time, so you got better there. Your edge rushers wasn't bad. I think that was a bad pick apart last time. You had a couple of questionable picks there.
Kyle Trask
I'd
and D
probably
Hop.
give you a D. I see. I don't know because the second half of your draft wasn't that bad though. It really
Minus Kyle
wasn't that
Trask, because
bad.
that's just me trolling the Bears.
Kyle's trash though. That's a reach. Yeah, Kyle Trask, that was a reach, and
I knew it
J.C.
was, and I'm
Horn.
okay if you take a letter to grade down.
Kyle Trask and J.C. Horn was the issues I think with this one. I give you maybe like a D plus right here.
Alright.
Um, I give myself a C right here. Because I had Jason Owe a little too high looking back at it, and I think I had Micah Parsons fall maybe a little too further than people expected. So those are the two things with Isaiah. I think Isaiah, as far as his just overall draft, wasn't that bad. The Bills running back thing, that's questionable, but he did explain himself pretty well. So I'm not too mad at that. So I think Isaiah gets about a C as well. And I think V. Christensen gets a D.
Alright, guys. Anything else you want to say before we wrap her up?
I apologize for the lack of energy. We are all tired.
I'm
But
so sorry,
this
man.
this 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 is just I mean we kind of explained we were waiting 2 hours for something. We probably shouldn't have waited. It's kind of all of our faults for waiting, even though we didn't think the guy would take that long, but but we'll be back usually just with our normal energy next week, I guess. So uh
But
if you guys are wondering why do we sound so down, no, we're not depressed, three depressed kids. We're just
just
tired.
just two normal, one depressed.
Yeah.
Damn, why is your
No,
mic so
I'm
low?
joking. I'm joking. Used to, but no. But anyways, guys, if y'all enjoyed, please leave a like, hit that sub if you're new, and go sub to all of our channels. The link will be in the description below. It is Talking Sports with MG Nas, Isaiah Faithful, and B Sports Talk. I'm your co-host
And
B.
us,
B signing out.
MG, any last words before we sign out?
Like I said, I apologize for the lack of energy. By
Yeah.
the time this is uploaded, I probably will be live streaming. So if you want to go over there
check
to
it
my
out.
channel, have at it. You don't have to be there, but hey, if you want to support me, the link's down in the description. So I'll be live around for the Warriors and Celtics basketball game. So yeah,
And like
almost
always,
pretty much.
I always get the last word. I like to say this. This has always been my phrase for the longest. Be Christian, get ready to end it as soon as I'm done with these words. I think you know what I'm going to say.
Yep.
Piss off, cunts. Love you guys.